Меня зовут Диля, я из Майкопа и занимаюсь волонтерской деятельностью не так уж давно. Но чем мне нравится, то что я сама была в такой ситуации, как эти детки. И
I'm Chris with Allies in Youth Development. I'm the Executive Director. Back in 2011, I resigned my staff position at Walnut Ridge Baptist Church. It was very frightening, but we knew we had to step out on faith. Well, I just happened to have a 400 square foot garage behind my house, so it's a good place to do this. You know, in the very beginning, it was really just me and Dr. Tatiana Baiva. We couldn't get anybody to let us into their orphanage. Now, we're in 119 orphanages, over 5,500 kids that are being touched by this program in some way.
I'm Tatiana Baiva. I'm the Director of International Operations here at Allies. With the help of my area leaders and volunteers, we create mentors out of the volunteers who go to orphanages and help our orphan children with socialization and teaching them life skills. There are a lot of people with big and kind hearts who want to change the lives of orphans. And we partner with local churches and universities with the sociological departments who want to go to orphanages on regular basis and teach these kids how to take care of themselves.
Hi, I'm Karen Yarbrough, Director of Donor Relations. I do a lot of fundraising for Allies in Youth Development. If it weren't for our donors, we would not be able to run any of the programs that we do today. We do a lot of outreach to people we know, people we've never met before, to churches, organizations, foundations, so that they will know what Allies is all about. They catch the fire and then they decide to work with us.
Well, as donors, we can give in-kind donations. Clothes that your kids have outgrown or shoes are very much needed. Hygiene items. I know every year there's a drive that Allies has at Christmas in July that our church is a partner with that, where we bring toothbrushes and soap and underwear and socks and different things for these kids. And being a volunteer for Allies has made a difference in so many people's lives that were donors.
My name is Margie Brooks, and I serve as Office Manager and Volunteer Coordinator here at Allies. And I get to work with wonderful groups of volunteers every week that come in and minister to children by packing goods for them.
Well, I'm a volunteer here. I pack boxes, we ship boxes, sort clothes. It's a great opportunity to volunteer, plus it's a great opportunity to help kids around the world. These kids face so many hardships, and we can bring a little bit of joy in their life by doing things like this.
These kids are on the streets, and they get off the streets because it's what we do.
And so that's such an impact when people come in and see the warehouse. When I came in and saw the warehouse, I was just blown away at what was being done and what the packing. And volunteers come in, they work so hard, but they have so much fun, and they know that what they're doing matters and it makes a difference in these kids' life. And there's that connection between what they're packing, and they even put a little note in these boxes and to be received on the other end, so that they know who packed the box for them. And that connection between the donors and the kids is just such an impactful thing.
Whenever we've seen some videos of them, the kiddos receiving the donations, and just to see their faces and how excited they are, it does something for your heart. It helps a whole lot.
When we were in Moldova with another group, Chris was there with Allies in Youth Development, and he brought kids and pastors from that orphanage, and we treated them in the clinic in Moldova. So we can meet physical needs, we can meet I can work on teeth, I can get them to quit hurting, and we can feed them and we can clothe them. But those are all temporal things. When you have somebody change their heart and they come to Christ and they trust the Lord as their Savior, that's an eternal thing. If you choose to give to Allies and Youth Development, your money will be well spent. They honor your money. They pray about each thing that they're involved with. And God has expanded this ministry because they've been true to the gospel of Christ.
So, there's a lot of supporters out there that want to help children, but even more so, they want to help orphan children. And just like we heard from Dr. Irving, this program is an inexpensive program. It's very efficient and it has high results. We're seeing children's lives changed and with meaning and purpose and a great future.
Hello, I'm Travis Modrell and I'm working for Allies in the position of communication, just going around and videoing people that are part of the Allies staff, or maybe they work overseas and we interview them on Zoom. What we try to communicate is that everybody can make a difference. So what we try to do is let the donors know how they can be a part of helping prevent this. One young man, Jenya, who's actually was adopted, he knows what it's like to be an orphan, and he knows what it's like for Allies to come in and make a difference and provide hope and encouragement.
I first found out about Allies through my grandmother. One of her friends, she shared with her that they do trips to Russia and do all kinds of cool programs for orphans over there. And of course I was on fire because I'm from that background, and I always had the heart to do something about that situation. When I was young, I remember the first kids who were getting adopted from our orphanage, and of course we're all excited and happy, but also jealous. That jealousy in the kid is like, it's, they're going to a family, but we're stuck here. And there's always that thought, well, that'll never happen to me. That it's always that you don't expect it. Somewhere deep inside, that'll never happen to me, because you're already living that hopeless situation where there's, hope is not something to linger on. It's not. And that's where the mentorship programs are important, which is what we do at Allies.
I love when I see changed lives, when I see orphans that are just given a leg up, an opportunity to have a decent and meaningful life. I love seeing that. So, you too can be an ally. We would love to have you partner with us. Just come alongside us as we minister to orphans around the world. We would love to have you as a volunteer, as a supporter, as a prayer partner. We would love to have you. You too can be an ally for children.
When I think of all the laughter, all the smiles, all those hugs, we can't thank you enough. We're happy to be a part of what you're doing to save the lives of orphans. And for that, we're truly grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Allies.
Thank you, Allies.
Thank you, Allies and Youth Development,
For a decade of impact.